What's going on, people? This came out of nowhere. I didn't even know that we were going to be getting an announcement for a new Yu-Gi-Oh series this early, but Yu-Gi-Oh 8 is coming. It's still going to be done by Bridge. They've been doing great with Sevens. Sevens is one of those series that made me like, after Vrains, I really needed something like Sevens to come into my life, so I'm super happy that they're continuing this. They've been doing a great job on the anime. Rush Duels is continuing. It wasn't just a one-time experiment. It has been taken off like fire. People tend to enjoy Rush Duels, and it seems to probably be doing well, because if it wasn't, I'm pretty sure Konami would have dropped it like a bad habit. But you know, let's just see what we got going on here. So first thing we gotta go into is like the story of this thing, because there's something really weird about this is that I predicted when we first heard the name Yugioh Go Rush that it might be a new Yu-Gi-Oh series, but it might be going the Beyblade Burst route, where it takes place in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, and that seems kind of like what it's going to do, because there are a lot of familiar names here, Rush Duels as well. So let's get into it. So we have Yuhi Odo and Yuamu Odo, which already sounds, you know, that's the same last names of Yuga. That's exactly Yuga's last name. Now, the question, who are these kids to Yuga? And most people probably think they are his children, but let's not discount the fact that these might be maybe his cousins living in a different city, because this does take place in a different city. So let's see. So we have Yuhi Odo and Yuamu Odo are elementary school twins living in Mutsuba Town. If you didn't catch that either, Mutsuba is actually Asana's last name, so yeah, more hints to Yu-Gi-Oh! 7. Let's see. They're in charge of the UTS. They spend their days working really hard searching for aliens using a mysterious device created by Yuhi. That is until one fateful day. So I'm guessing that's the day that one of the characters I'm about to go into really comes up, you know, probably comes into play, sets things in motions for the twins. But overall, we have Odo as a last name. We have Mutsuba Town. We have talk of aliens, and Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s has not strayed away from some type of space theme so far. I have a feeling that 7s is not going to end the story of 7s, and that it's going to bleed into this series, and we're going to be seeing the characters recur, and we're going to be seeing the closing of the story maybe happen in this series, or maybe another one. Maybe it's just going to be one gigantic series that keeps building off one another. So we have more from the story, people. Let's see. Right after they created a mystery school club, they finally found a real spaceship inside of it. They made contact with Udius, an alien from the distant Velgear star cluster. Now it's time to enter the new stage of Rush Duel, introduced by this alien soldier from far ends of the galaxy. Now, this makes me think we might be getting into a new summon mechanic as well. When we get a new Yu-Gi-Oh series, we always usually get something new with it. And I'm guessing we're going to have a brand new summon mechanic, or a retread of a way to do an old mechanic. Maybe Synchro Summon is going to come back, but done in a different guise that's not maybe as abusable or quick as the way it used to be. Because last thing Rush Duel needs to do is create mechanics that break the game. Right now, Fusion is a great mechanic. Like Maximum is a great mechanic. They're not breaking the game. They're very important pieces, but they're not just something you're just spamming out to the field and winning the game in one turn. So far, Konami's been doing really, really well with balancing out this game. So let's go into the characters. First one we have is Udius Velgear, an alien for the Velgear star cluster on the far side of the galaxy. He was chased out of his home due to a long struggle and came to Earth after hearing about Rush Duel, which can lead his friends and comrades to a new future. He's a beginner in Rush Duel, but uses Galaxy type, a new type of monster never seen before. Yes, Galaxy is a new type of monster, which is such a weird kind of type. It's one of those types where you feel like it could apply to older monsters, the same way when Psychics came out, you're like, man, that really could apply to Jinzo. This is totally Kaido's level of stuff. So we even have two of his monsters. So he's got, just like in traditional 7s fashions, more than one ace. So he has, let's see, Transamu, which sounds like Transic Samurai, something like that. It might be the combination of those words, not sure. Raynak. So I'm not sure what that would be either. I'll have to let that up. But it looks like Transient. It looks like it's a cross between Transient Samurai and Raynak. I can't even fathom what that would be. Maybe, yeah, I'm not even sure what that would be. But we have another one of his ace monsters called Galactica Oblivion, which gives me so much of, like, it reminds me so much of Kaido's stuff. I mean, it feels a lot like Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, just without like the photon like pieces, more of like just armor on it, like it's almost like a Tachyon Dragon and Galaxy Eyes like came together. Like this is like a combination of that in a way. That's how I kind of feel about it. I see some people say like Firewall. I don't really see Firewall-esque in this too much, but to me it feels more like it is in line with Kaido's old cards. And we're gonna come over the male twin. So we have Oda Yuhi, a 5th grader who loves Rush Duel. He believes an alien stole a mysterious substance called Earth Dahmer from him. So he's been searching far and wide for aliens to get it back. He's good at working with and tinkering with machines and has invented a variety of items to help catch aliens. His Dex Ace is a machine type. So yeah, we do have an example of that card, and it is called Joint Tech Rex. Reminds me a lot of like if Block Dragon was just a machine type monster. Seems like a pretty interesting card. Maybe something that's going to go in the family of Power Tool Dragon and that other dragon that that Luke has, where it's kind of like construction, like where it's made of like power tool pieces and stuff like that. Who knows? That he tinkers with stuff makes you think he's probably directly related to Yuga, like in terms of like being his son, or maybe the whole Oda family are just a group of inventors, and like I said, these are his cousins. We don't know so far, but you know they dropping that last name, they knew people were going to speculate. So let's go into Yuhi's twin sister. She is called Oda Yuamu, and I love her design. She looks super cool. Like I said, I like her brother's design. His hair's a little bit kind of super wacky. Her hair is got many tones in it, but I really just like the way it looks. It looks plausible as a real hairstyle. I mean, I didn't even talk about Yudi, as his hair is ridiculous looking. If people wanted a ridiculous hairstyle for their Yu-Gi-Oh's protagonist after Yuga, yeah, here you go. I mean, if he's the protagonist, that is, and let me get into that just a little bit. So let's see. She's the president of the UTS, which specializes in getting rid of troublesome aliens. She uses Yuhi's passion towards aliens for the sake of expanding her company. She uses a powerful dragon types in Rush Duels and is apparently even stronger than Yuhi. Now, it's weird when they put a question mark there. I kind of hope she is, that she is stronger than him, and I hope she has a badass-looking dragon monster. Maybe something in the Dragias family. Maybe she'll have her own striking dragon, just like how original Yu-Gi-Oh! Had Eyes dragons as like their main type of dragon you see in almost every series. Like, maybe striking dragons are like the Eyes dragons of the Sevens world, so that would be pretty cool. Now, the reason why I talk about protagonist, like, is Yugi as the protagonist, despite the fact that he's on a lot of the, like, he's in the center of the cover and stuff like that, I keep feeling that the twins are kind of like the protagonist, while he's kind of got to get set thing in motion, and they're like, all three of them could be like protagonists, but they're kind of like more, and maybe he's more like a mentor, or like an astral type of character, but instead could do on his own. And another thing that kind of makes me feel that way a little bit is that he lacks the specific Yu character that all Yu-Gi-Oh protagonists have. Yuhi and Yuamu both have this specific character, and if you look at the Japanese spelling convention for all Yu-Gi-Oh protagonists, they all have that same character in their name, something that Udius doesn't actually have in his name. So which makes you think maybe the twins are actually the real protagonists. They actually have the correct naming convention for a Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist, unless they're just going in a completely different route, maybe just to throw us off. So I keep thinking that, yeah, we're probably getting like a Beyblader Sparking, where we have the twins as protagonists, but you have like this super high mentor like figure over here in Udius. Next we have Zuijo. He was once a warrior fighting for the Velgear Star Cluster, serving as Udius' senior officer. Whoa. He got involved in a battle at a certain battlefield. No kidding. A battle at a battlefield? No way. And his fate remained unknown, has now suddenly appeared on Earth in Musuba Town in front of Udius. Looks like he's interested in Rush Duel just like Udius is, but what's his real goal? And yeah, this guy totally looks like a villain. He totally looks like the son of Paradox. Like, this guy is totally just gonna be like a villain, like, for sure. Question is, he comes from the same galaxy as Udius. Is he also going to have galaxy monsters? Is all the aliens going to be using galaxy-type monsters, or is he going to be using a different type? Because right now, it looks like we have Machine, Dragon, and Galaxy. We might be getting a lot more characters, maybe other characters that are part of the club as well with their own monsters. I really hope so, because Sevens did a really great job by having an ensemble cast that really worked well off of one another. So that's pretty much all we really have so far about the newest Yu-Gi-Oh series, Yu-Gi-Oh 8, which I still think is just directly related to Yu-Gi-Oh 7s. To me, this is going to feel like like I said, I think they're just going the Beyblade vs. Sparking route, where we're going to continue Rush Duels in the same exact world, and we might be seeing the same characters return to the game. There might be questions of the same characters return to the game. Some characters might be champions and stuff like that, like maybe like Roa and Romian are like traveling the world as these superstars, stuff like that. Everybody knows them as these superstar duelists. Maybe Luke is like the duel king right now, and maybe Yuga is like creating brand new ways to duel within Rush Duel. Like, we don't know, so many things that can go into this series. We have no idea at the moment, but overall it looks incredible. I'm glad that they're staying this route. This is Yu-Gi-Oh's identity, whether people like it or not, and I personally like it because it keeps the tradition alive of Yu-Gi-Oh as, you know, a game. Kids can actually get into this game. And it's not just kids. I hate saying it because people are like, oh, I don't want to play a game because it's just for kids. Like, I remember starting Yu-Gi-Oh when I was a kid, and Yu-Gi-Oh, if I played Yu-Gi-Oh now as a kid, I would probably be very discouraged, both by the price and by the way the game is going at the moment. And there's so many more fun card games out there. Cardfight Vanguard, Dragon Ball Super, Magic the Gathering is always an amazing like game to play. It's like, there's so many options out there that I can see kids saying, you know, I'm not going to get this game, or parents saying, I'm not going to go buy you these cards because they're too much money. When you have this fun series done very, very well in sevens with a great tie-in product that can create a new generation of duelists. They can get into the game. They can understand the game. So I'm really glad that this was not a one-time thing and that we're just moving on. I'm glad that we're moving into a direction where they want Yu-Gi-Oh as a game to stay alive and you know, to gain a new fan base, to gain a new audience as well. It's, you know, it's not just catering to the late 20s, mid 30-year-olds who grew up on the original Yu-Gi-Oh. You gotta keep this stuff alive. I mean, the last thing I want to see is Yu-Gi-Oh die. And if you're open-minded enough, you'll realize that Rush Duels is actually pretty damn fun. And yeah, when it first started, it was one-dimensional as heck, but it's got a lot more, like, there's a lot more you can do in it now these days. There are routes, there are levels to this game. The way you play is a lot different, and it's such an appealing and fun game, and I'm so glad that it's staying alive so that Yu-Gi-Oh can stay alive. And I know some people are going to say, well, this isn't Yu-Gi-Oh if it's not the old way or doesn't have the traditional art style. Well, scream into a paper bag then is all I can say, because I'm going to enjoy the ride, and I hope you guys are enjoying the ride as well. Not to say I wouldn't want to see a great Master Duel series. I think if they did a Master Duel series that coincided with this, with some traditional Yu-Gi-Oh cards as well, that would be pretty cool. Keep all the audiences happy, and I wouldn't mind seeing that either. But as it stands, this is Yu-Gi-Oh's new personality. I'm really down for it, especially if the writers are going to do as well in this series as they are with sevens. It seems they're going to go a little bit more outlandish, straight up with aliens and stuff. So there's so many questions I have about this series, but we're not going to know until later on. I hope you guys who liked sevens, because it's going to be most likely ending soon. It's going to most likely be ending in March, because this is starting in April 22nd. So it's either going to end in February with a month break in between, or it might end in March and then just a few weeks out, just go straight into this. I hope you guys are really happy about this. I hope you guys who are on the fence, or, you know, take a chance, you know, give sevens and maybe give this a chance, you know. Don't just deny yourself something that you might actually have fun watching because you're so opposed to the artwork, you're so opposed to the new style of the game. Don't let your previous biases keep you away from potentially getting into something you might really, really like. Don't be closed-minded. It's one thing if you watch sevens. I've seen some people say, I've watched so many episodes of sevens, I don't like it. And good on you, because you gave it a chance. You don't like it. Some people say, I don't like Rush Duels. I like the high tense competitive nature of stopping an opponent's giant board. Good on you. You know what you like, but at least you didn't just, you know, crap all over something before trying it. That's all I can ask. Be open-minded, people. I hope you guys are going to enjoy. I hope you guys are looking for this new series. I'm absolutely looking forward to it. I can't wait to see the new cards. Hoping for a brand new summon mechanic. I'm really hoping to see you on. We get a really, really cool dragon type monster as well. There's so many questions. Looking forward to it, people. I can't brag enough about it. I've been going. This has been running through my head all week. Can't wait for Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. Well, that's it for me, people. No more blabbering. Until next time, people. If you like this video, you know, give it a like. You know, feel free to comment. Try to keep it respectful, people. I understand when there's a new Yu-Gi-Oh series, respect is the one thing that's come up. It's usually you're stupid because you like this, you don't like this. Please, if you just want to insult people and you just want to be negative, All I can say is, please do something better with your life and don't waste your time. I don't want to start a flame war. I want this to, in the audience section, like I said, I'm not looking for approval for just people who love it, but I'm just asking for people to be respectful. That's it. And on both sides. Even if you love Rush duels and you see somebody who doesn't like it, don't just attack them for being a bigot who just loves old Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's try to keep things respectful, not just in this video, but throughout the whole community. Unfortunately, it's something that doesn't happen much with Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans, I guess because we're really passionate about what we like. But that's it, people. Yeah, if you like the video, feel free to give it a like, feel free to subscribe to me, and feel free to comment, please, hopefully in a respectful manner. Peace out, guys.